today's lecture will cover the setting up the AEM instance on a local, okay, and we'll try to see all the in and outs, right? How to navigate to console, how to do the sites creation, and how to create pages where we can create those, and we'll see CRX a bit, okay. Okay, so now here moving to the instance setup, we must need the JDK 11 for our local, and that is what we have done. Okay, you guys have JDK 11. What I can assume, right? Because I've told you, so that setup has been done. Okay, moving ahead. When we will be getting this jar file, we have to rename it to a specific name. This one, AEM author P4502. Why we are renaming it? The reason being over here is that this AEM, right? This is basically the naming convention, right? As the name suggests, this is the tool name. Then we have this hyphen author. Okay, so this is the instance. Okay, if we are setting up our author instance, so we'll rename it as author. Okay, if we are setting up our publish instance, so we have to name as publish. Okay, and then hyphen P4502. This is basically the port. Okay, port is basically what they are, what this is basically a port which is being occupied or taken on your local to run this AEM instance. Okay, as per the Adobe guidelines, the author environment should be run on an even port, even number port. Okay, so 4502 ending with the even number. Okay, and the publish usually runs on the odd numbered port. Okay, but this is the guidelines. This is not something a hard practice. You can change it, but the correct approach is to use those even and odd rules. Okay, respectively. Now what you can do is, right, so you have to create a folder, and in that folder, right, the parent folder can be on AEM 6.5, or if you are using cloud, then you can write AEM cloud. That can be a parent folder, and inside that folder we have to create these two things. Okay, so the first one is author, and then we have the publish. Okay, now this is the you'll say, right, this is the structure in which we will be creating our instance. Okay, most of the cases, right, we will be working on the author environment only, as the development usually happens on author environment. Publish is there just to view the page which is exactly the same, which is served to the end user, right, when the site is live. So that is for the publish environment. Okay, but since we are working on or taking this as the AEM developer training, so most of the work, right, 99% of work revolves around the author environment only. Okay, now we'll quickly go to your screen. These are other two steps which I will be showing it to you, or I will be explaining it after the setting up of the environment. Okay, so now here we have to start this AEM instance. Okay, and how we can do that is there are two ways to do it. The first way is to start this instance graphically. When I'm saying graphically, it basically means that you have to double click on the jar file. Okay,
Yes.
and what it will do, it will just give you a pop-up for the AEM instance, which will be started at the backend. Okay, but then it will be asking you for the credentials. Okay, or what I'll say, right, credentials means here the key, right? It will be prompting you for the key. Okay, so you have to put that key, which is basically in the license properties file. Okay,
Yes.
now here what we will be doing, we will be doing it with the way number two, or the what I'll say, right, the other method, which is starting by the command prompt. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
why we are doing it with the command prompt way? Okay, right, when we have the license properties file, okay, then it usually takes the license key and all those values by its own. Okay, when we are starting it with the command prompt. Okay, now here what we will do, we will be running a command prompt over here with on this path only. Okay, no, you can just close this license properties file first of all. Okay, now here, yeah, write cmd. Okay, so this is the path on which we had an instance created right now, and now we will be running the command prompt. Okay, now just type here java space hyphen jar,
All right. Okay.
yeah, and space a e m aem. So it should be a file name where you, okay, so what aem, and you can press tab, it can just, you can press tab,
Yeah.
yeah, it is populating itself from the folder, right? Since we are in the author folder, when we are giving this command, it is auto populating the java files, and here since we have only one jar files, that is the reason it just populate this name. Okay, now just hit enter. Okay, this is the command that you have to hit. Okay, so Pankaj, you want me to share that command for you?
No, I just checked. Let me just run it once.
Okay, so here Sam, we have to define the admin password. Okay, now it has to be admin only. Okay, so you have to type, but then it will not be visible for you. Okay, so just
Mm-hmm.
type admin and hit enter, and
Okay.
again.
Done.
Okay, so now, yeah, this has been initiated. Now we have to wait for some time to get this done. Okay,
Because on my system it's showing unable to access jar file AEM author.
okay, this is the a kind of a login screen. When you are opening your instance, every time it will be landing you over this page, and here we will be using our credentials to sign in. Okay, this is your landing screen. Once you signed into the AEM instance, this is the start.html page, or this is the landing page into your AEM instance. Okay, there are few options, or there are few, what I'll say, right, in and outs of this instance which we will be looking over here. But on the landing page we have few options which I'll tell you, okay, what all these are about. Okay, so project is for managing a project. Okay, suppose if you want to create any project which has multiple tasks and you want to manage that, you can create that. This is mostly for analyzing or tracking purpose. Okay, then we have sites, right? So what AEM developer is working, right, it is into sites only. You can click on it, yeah, just click on it, and you will be redirected to a touch UI where you can see that there is um yeah, just checkbox, there's a checkbox, don't show it again, and you can close it. Okay, this is a prompt, every time it will come.
Okay.
Okay, once you just start this AEM instance, setting up all those things, okay, it will usually come. Okay, for the first time. Now moving ahead, you have other details over here, or you have other examples which has been created and given by Adobe itself. Okay, so this one is V-Retail website. This one you can just go click on this V-Retail, that is the second last option. Okay, so this V-Retail website is basically a example of the complete implementation of AEM sites, just to refer for the developers how things are working. Okay, so that is the reason you are getting it over here. This is
Okay.
the site structure. Okay, so in language masters, you can like go to language master. These are basically the live copies, US. Okay, and other ones, right, USCA, Canada, Switzerland, Germany, these are the live copies. But inside that language masters, these are basically the language copies, and we usually work under language masters only. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
under language masters, en, just go inside en, there would be another hierarchy or the set of pages. Go under en, you have selected. So there are two terms I like to inform you guys, that once I say go under en, so you have to click right on the right hand side, that is the icon, chevron right icon. Okay, yeah, if I'm saying select this page, then you have to click on the left side of the page. Okay, or the tile, yeah. So
Got it.
you, once you click on that, it will be selected for you guys, and then you will be getting some properties or right some options on the top ribbon. Okay, just do that. If you select this experience page, just select this one, yeah. See, on the top ribbon there are few options which are coming in regards to this page. Okay, what exact okay, what exact things you can do for this page. Okay, so we'll try to open any page. Okay, you can just open this as well. So you have selected it, and how now how to open this page? Okay, Sam, you have any idea on that?
No,
Okay,
because
okay, cool. So this page, when we have to open it exactly, right, you have selected it right now. So if you see or observe over there on the top ribbon, you are getting few options. Okay, so edit is the one, the second option which says edit and with a pencil icon. This is the one which we will be accessing. Okay, and just click on it. It will just open you a new tab where this page will be opened for you. Okay,
okay,
now moving on to the page level. Okay, give it some time to open. Okay, can we just try opening a page which has lesser content? Maybe that will open faster. Okay, just go inside experience or user or products. Maybe about us. You can try to open about us. I believe that, yeah. Just uncheck this one. Yeah, click on edit.
I think this is done.
Okay, cool. So you can close that. Yeah. Now, if you see over on the top ribbon of this page, we are getting that a title over here which says experience. Okay, this, no, no, this is a
This one.
component, yeah, this one. So this basically reflects us the title of the page. Okay, now on the right side, on the top right, we have few options which says edit, and then we have another option which says preview. Okay, so you can click on preview, and you can see the, what I'll say, right, on 90% to the exact copy which will be served to the end user, because this is the this gives you a picture how the content, how your page will look like. Okay, now you are in the preview mode. Okay, but
Mhm.
then while you are developing or while you are doing any changes on the page, right, when you are dropping or when you are authoring the components, you have to be inside the edit mode only, right? You cannot do that thing in the preview mode. Okay, so we'll quickly go to the edit mode only. Just click on the edit mode. Yeah, now here on the top left we are getting few options. Okay, on the top left, yeah, just go to the opposite side. Yeah, this one which says side panel or the toggle side panel, just click on it. So you will getting a left rail which is certainly having few options. To be precise, there are three options, and these are helpful in dragging the components, assets, right, and seeing what all components or the content tree your page is having. Okay, so first of all, click on the first icon, yeah, this one. So Okay, it is there. Okay, so this is the assets icon. Okay, now here what you can do, you can filter your assets, okay, based on the path, based on the type, if you want to see the image or not, or if you want to see any other things which are experience fragments, other content fragments, those kind of things, you can just you can filter it out. The third option in this one, I believe the third option is a drop down which says images.
Yeah.
Okay, so there would be another options. Yeah, you can select videos, content fragments, anything. Maybe you can select content fragments, which I know that this site is having. Yeah, so if you see, it just filtered out all those things based on your requirement what you are giving. Okay, you can write in the search icon as well. Maybe just write exchange or returns. Maybe that will also filter it out more precisely to that specific asset only. Yeah, hit enter. Okay, see, now you were having right a number of assets, but now what you did, you have given a kind of a title or a string which you want to search. Okay, and then it just filter out your search to a more precise asset. Okay, so here everything is an asset, right? As I already mentioned, right? Content fragments, experience fragment, these are all assets, and you can find it over here. Okay, now the second option is basically for the components. Okay, yeah, now these are all the components which are available for you to use on this page. Okay, same again, you can just filter it out using this option, second option, which is for drop down. So here the options which you are getting, these are all component groups. Okay, so when we are developing components, as of now, just learn this or just hear this as a theoretical part only. So when we are developing components, okay, so we usually give them or assign them a group. Okay, so that group is basically coming over here. Let's take an example. Maybe if I just add a component, let's say Maruti Suzuki, that's a component. Okay, then I add other thing which is Mahindra. Okay, so these are basically the two components which I have created in my case, but then I want to organize them in a group. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll organize them as an automobiles manufacturer, something like that, or cars dealer, something like that. I'll create a group, and in that I will be putting those components. Okay, so that is how you can relate it over here. We are developing few components and we are giving them or assigning them a certain group. Okay, and that group is basically coming over here. You can filter it out. You can just click on v retail, just click on it. Yeah, okay, see, when you are selecting any group, then the components related to that group or the components which have assigned this as a group, those are only coming. Okay, you can filter it out with the others as well. Just try to do it for other group as well if you want to. Yeah, same thing, right? You can search it over here. Maybe you can write something like that. Okay, so this is how you're just filtering your components over here. Okay, the same functionality you did for assets, now you are doing for components. Okay, that's the only difference over here in these two options. Okay, so the third one is the content tree. Okay, what is a content tree? Okay, it is the structure which is telling you what all components your page is having. Okay, and how it is having, right? If it is having inside some layout container any component, so it will show that layout container as well. So it will give you the whole holistic view of your components being there on the page. Okay, you can just click on any component. Yeah, click on it. Okay, so see, on the right hand side it is being like displayed, right? What is the component you are right now referring? Okay, then we have few options, right? The first one, which is the wrench icon, that is the one we use to configure a component. Okay, now we'll just quickly go for the list component on any other component, and we'll try to, not the list component, we'll try to drag and drop our new components as well. Okay, so just click on image or maybe like, yeah, text component, just click on it. It is there, right? Yeah, see, now here this is the image component what they are using just to give a block kind of a look. Okay, when we are saying author this component, yeah, you can just, this is also the edit thing, but what it will do, it will take you to edit this image, right? But we don't want to edit the image. What we want to configure this component and author some other image. Okay, so just click on configure. Okay, so now here, this is the asset which is being used here in this component. Now we can change it, right? And how we can change it? You can just clear this one, right? Click on clear. See, now it is asking you to upload, right? So just click on that icon which is coming, or what you can do, there's also, yeah, there are two things, right? If you click on browse, it will ask you to browse it from the local. Okay, and if you click on that icon which is coming, the image icon, it will ask you to upload it from the aem dem. Okay, so moving ahead, we'll see what is aem dem as well, but that is how. Can you click on that? Is it not
No, it
working?
is not clickable. It is not
Okay,
clickable.
it's not working, but that is expected. Okay. Meanwhile, right, we'll quickly go and drop it from the left rail, right? The first option where we see asset coming, right? The first option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now here, yeah, just do it. Just make that sorry, that filter to images.
Okay.
Yeah, and do something, right? Maybe you just type. Okay, no, so we getting that. Okay, yeah, just drag and drop one of that image over here.
Mm.
Okay, so that is how you can also author it. Ideally, like what I feel, that this is AEM 6.5, so that is the reason it's not working. But you can author it right from the dam as well, and it will give you a kind of a path browser where you can author it from the dam. Okay, so what I'll do, right, I'll ask probably the my Tectra guys that if they have this updated version of the SDK, okay, that is AEMS cloud. Okay, so I'll ask them to share with you. The same way you have to set up that environment. Okay, there's nothing new for that. Okay, so we'll ask them if they have, they'll share with you. Otherwise, we'll continue with this one only. Okay, and
Okay.
if you can access through your organization, then it is up to you. If you want to access it through your organization, like if you want, or if you have that access for the AEMS cloud, you can just start that AEM instance as well. Right, when we are learning AEM development, it's of right, you can say that there are few things which you have changed in terms of workflows and all those things, but at the back end, right, there are multiple things, multiple services which they have created, and all those manipulations, right, microservices they are using in AEMS cloud. But for us, for AEM developers, that there's no change. Okay, or we'll say, right, there is hardly a change. Okay,
Okay.
but then again, if we have, that is good, right? Because that's the updated one, and there are few things, right, which will be working over here, right? If we are building a project, right? So if you see yesterday, I explained you that we'll be working on the project and creating those components and sling models and all those things. So when we'll be creating that project, what project I have, that is basically compatible for the AEMS cloud. So there's nothing new that I have to create. Okay, and if we are working on 6.5, then I have to create that project. So that is the only the thing that we have to change if we are working on 6.5. Okay, any other question?
No, thus we can continue.
Okay, and Pankaj, for you, I believe you are aware of all those things, right, which we are doing right now.
Yes.
Okay, so here, right, we try to author this component, and then it is asking for the metadata. So yeah, Sam, we have to provide the metadata as well. This is basically the alternative text which it's asking for. You can provide any alternative text over here, and just click on the checkbox or the done. No, for a component level, I'm saying.
Sorry, I didn't get you. This
Yeah,
one?
just
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
this one
Okay.
on the component level. Yeah. So see, the changes are reflecting over here. Now you are able to see the images, okay, how you are authoring that and how it is getting reflected. Okay. Now for you, we can drag some more components, maybe a text component or a title component. You can just drag it, try to drag it over here and try to author that. Okay.
Mm, go with products.
Yeah, no, no. I'm saying that
These are
images we
also.
have seen. Yeah, the component. So you can try to drag a text or a title component. You can just search it over
Yeah.
on the bar, or it would be visible at the end, since everything here is sorted alphabetically order. Yeah, so you can drag it as well. Yeah, cool. So see, it is added. Okay, now you have to author that component. Okay, so just click on it. There is a wrench icon and there is a pencil icon which is coming for the text component. So when you are clicking on a wrench icon, it will give you a authoring dialog. So that dialog will be popping out for you, and you have to put your properties over here. Just write something over here, and then you can just submit it.
Focus.
Okay, so this is what we authored a component by using that authoring dialog. But there is also in place editing. In place editing, as this is self explanatory, this is a functionality where we can edit this content right in that place without opening that authoring dialog. So for that, what we have to do, we have to click on that pencil icon. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
now you can add something, or you want to change that text, just try to change this content. Yeah,
Okay.
so just click on, yeah. So this is in place editing. Okay, you got the point. What's the difference over here, and how, like, it is totally dependent on the requirement, right? How you want to author which functionality you have to exercise. Okay,
Okay.
then just try to drag another component, a title component. Okay, uh yeah, okay. So you just saw that when you drop the title component, you are getting a value or a content which is showing you experience. And if you see, if you can relate it, this is basically the title of your page, right?
Correct.
So each and every time when you are dragging and dropping a component that is title, the functionality or the core functionality that it is using is that if we are not authoring this component, then the default title will be taken from the page level. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
since our page title is experience, that is the reason it is getting mapped to that title. If that would have been XYZ or ABC, then it would have taken that. Now we can author this component, the same thing, in place editing and then configure dialog. We can go with any of that. Configuring dialog, that would be helpful. Yeah, so we can see other fields as well. Now see, the first field, it is asking for title. You can just give any random title or something.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
Makes
now
sense.
yeah, so now it is asking for the H tags, right? The it should be H1 or H4, right? Anything like that. Then it is asking for link. Okay, if you want to link your title, if when I'm saying title, it basically says when you want to link your text, what you are giving as title. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you can
Understood.
link it, or link it for any page as well. Okay, if you are not linking, then we can just click on done. We can just submit it. And by default, the type size was H1. Okay, and as of now, this is also H1. Or you have changed it? I believe you have
I
changed
did
it.
change. I changed it to
Okay,
H4.
okay. Now just view this page as published.
Sorry.
So okay, okay, sorry. My bad, right? I forgot to mention all those things. Yeah. So this is what we did on a component level. Okay, now there's also another way to add the components here. There is a parses, or there is a placeholder which is coming saying drag components here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Click on it, and now if you see, we are getting a plus icon over here. Okay, just click on that plus icon. This is what I'm explaining, a second way to add the components. Now on the
Mm-hmm.
search icon, you can search text title. Here you will not be getting the option to filter your components, right? So you have to search it, and you can just click on it. Now there's no need to drag and drop, just click on it. Okay, so this is the another way. It you can find it way simple if you don't have many components on your pages, so you have to just click on it and add it. Okay, the same way you can author it, but this is the another way of using or just adding your components on the page. Now we can view this page as published, right? So where we can exercise that option, right? So on the top ribbon, just on the left side, there's a control panel, right, or toggle side panel. Yeah, close this. First of all, close this. If you click again on that, it will be closed. No, 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 no.
This one. Okay. Okay.
This one. Yeah, close it. Okay. Now, just adjacent to it, or the next option, there are three dots or the ellipses. Yeah, just click on it. It is basically giving you the options which are related to the, what I'll say, right, publishing the page, right, and the properties if you want to see for a specific page. That is what you can use. As of now, we'll see the properties as well, but as of now, what we will be doing, we will be trying to view this page as published. Okay, so yeah, last third option is view this page as published. Yeah, and if you have seen the options which were coming on the earlier screen, there was one more option which was saying edit template. Okay, and what edit template basically says is that every page is built on template, right? I told
Mm-hmm.
that the page has a structure or a backbone, and that usually we call it as a template over here in AEM. Okay, so that was the option where you can click and edit the template, okay, or the structure on the page is made. Okay, I think that's the last, fourth last, edit template. That, yeah, so it will land you to another HTML page which will be asking you to edit the HTML. Oh, sorry, asking you to edit the template. Okay, but as of now, we'll not do it, right? We'll see working on those pages, and so that you are familiar how the pages are created, how the components can be added, all those things. Okay, but this is just for your understanding that this is the template on which that page is specifically made, and this is how you can go to edit template. Okay, we can exercise another option to edit the templates, that is going to the template console. Okay, so that is another way of doing it. We'll just cover that as well. It is usually in the tools section. Okay, now close this page and just go to that screen where, yeah, now scroll it down to your component. Okay, so this is the title component, right? Can you just inspect it over here? Test, right? Just click on it and inspect. Yeah, no, no, that view is fine. Okay, just can you just increase the font size? Because like it's very hard for me. Yeah, fine, 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 correct. Thanks. So the text component which we have authored, you see, we selected H4, right?
Right. Right.
So that H4 is getting reflected over here. How, like, eventually these are getting reflected in the HTML from where this content is being rendered. Okay, but then we are not going to understand that specific logic at this point of time, but as an end user, I'm just telling you that what we authored, we are getting it over here. Okay, if you want, you can just go over there and change that h1 h4 to h1 or h2, or maybe that content, and now it will be being reflected over here. Okay, one more point I wanted to make is, if you see, this h4 is wrapped in a tag, or it is having a wrapper container which is a div tag which says cmp colon title. So this is also coming from the HTML only. And where is the HTML? It has to be written, or it is there in the component only. Okay. And we'll see in the further lectures where this HTML is being located, how it is being referred, how Sling is referring that HTML. Okay. So when you are hitting this URL, right, for a like a kind of a holistic approach, right? When you are hitting this URL which is ending with .html, okay, there are lot of components, right? So how Sling is decomposing this URL, how the content is getting loaded, right? How Sling is getting know that which all components I have to render. Okay, so that is all we will be figuring out in the coming lectures. Okay, now just to let you understand that this CMP hyphen title, this wrapper class, this is basically coming from the HTML which is written for the component. This is the title component, okay, and that's the class CMP hyphen title that is coming. But again, there is one more container, right, which is coming, and which is a wrapper for this one, right, which says the parent one. If you can go title, no, just above that, it was the parent container of this, the dev. Yeah, no, this one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
got it, right.
basically title. So this container is added by the AEM. Okay. So what it gives you, it gives the functionality that your component will be enclosed or it will be wrapped in a div tag, and that div tag will be having some out of the box classes. Okay, these are out of the box classes, which is basically title, and then the other one is AEM grid column, AEM grid column default 12. Okay, default 12 is the one which is saying about the layout, since here the page is divided into 12
To
equal
12.
columns. Okay, now the title, where the title is coming from. So the title class is coming from the, what I'll say, right, the node name of the component. So in CRX, I'll talk about that as well, which is basically the database of AEM. In the AEM, this component is being stored with a node name title. So that is how it is picking from that node name, and it is giving you that class over here, and it is being utilized, right, at the level where we have to write some styling. Okay, so we can fetch this class and we can write the CSS rules for that specific class. Okay, we can use it or leverage it over there. That's the main purpose, right? I wanted to explain it to you. Okay, now what we see was editing the page, how to add the components on the page. So there's one more option which was coming, was open properties. Although we'll see it in details in the coming lecture, but just open that page and we'll see, right, what exactly is there in open properties. Yeah, that's the second option. Yeah, exactly correct. Yeah, open properties, just click on it. So it is landing you to a properties page where we are having few tabs which are coming basically from the page.html. Sorry, not the page.html, it is coming from the page component or the template level. It is coming all those properties. Now the basic ones which we can refer is the title. If you can change the title, then it will be reflected, right, or it will be synced to your page level. You can change it from here. You can add another title or description, right? If you want to add page title, navigation title, and all those things, you can add it, okay, over here. And if you want to change it, you can change it by coming to this console. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll see and figure it out when we are saving these values, right, on touch UI. So that's a basic understanding, and you will be also agreeing with me, when we are saving the values, it has to be stored somewhere, right? So it is stored in CRX. Okay, and what is CRX? As I told, it is basically a database or a content repository for the specific data. And in our case, all the data which we are giving it over here on touch UI, maybe it is on component level, be it on the page level, everything is getting stored. When you authored that component with a kind of a title or a text, that itself is also getting stored somewhere. Okay, and that we will be figuring out how and where it is getting stored. As of now, just close it, close this page. In the further sessions we'll see it. Okay, but we'll just quickly go to the start page, or you can just go to the first tab of the browser, that is the start page of AEM, right? So close this, we are in sites console, or if you want to open a new tab, just type localhost 4502 on the new page. Okay, wait. I just wanted to make you understand one more thing. Just go, yeah, you can just type localhost 4502, it will work. Okay, but just after that, go to the first tab. Yeah. Now here you are there on the sites console. Okay, so what you can do, you can manipulate the URL. You can just change the URL. One, okay. Apart from that, what you can do, you can unselect this. Just unselect it. As you have selected a page, yeah, unselect it. Now see, there is a icon which is coming on the top left. Okay, just click on that. There's a icon which is coming on the top left, right? AEM. No,
Okay.
just, yeah. See, when you clicked on it, it gives you an interface or the UI screen where you have the options which you were getting when you landed on this page. Okay, so this is how, when you are working anywhere in the AEM instance in any directory, and if you want to go to your home page, you can just either click on this icon, or you can just manipulate that URL. Just strip off each and everything which is after 4502, and then it will just lead you to your home page. Okay, now there are two icons on the left side, just below this icon, AEM icon. The first one says navigation, if you can hover it, and the second one says tools. Okay, in we have covered few things in navigation, which is like project sites, and then we have experience fragment assets, which is mainly we will be revolving around. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see what is experience fragments assets. Okay, and assets is something where I was talking about a dam, right? So digital asset management, so this is the option where we will be clicking on it and it will lead us to that dam. Okay,
Okay.
now there is another thing which is tools. Okay, so just click on that icon, tools. Yeah, we talked about CRX, JCR, right? We talked about that yesterday. Since yesterday we are talking about that thing. So what is it? How does it look like? Okay, so there's an option, right? You are in the general tab right now, and in that first tile, in general only, it says CRXT light. Just click on it. So now you are landing to a page which is the database. Okay, and we will be referring this CRX moving ahead just to see how the data is getting stored, what all nodes it is getting stored. As of now, you can see there are multiple nodes. All the pages content, right? All the content related things, be it pages, be it any image, anything, right? It will be stored under content node. I think that is the fourth node. Yeah, this is the content node. Now there is another node which is apps, right? As of now, these two are useful for us. Apps, this will be having all the project related information, components, and all those client libraries that will be present over here, right? Then we have the conf folder is basically containing your templates, template types. As of now, if you have not heard template types before, so just to give you an information, page is created on template, template is created on template types. Three level hierarchy or three level relationship, that is what you just understand as of now. So your conf node will be containing all the information related to templates, template types. Okay, tomorrow what we will be doing, we will be seeing how and where the data is getting stored. We'll try to change something on the touch UI and see how the data is getting reflected. That way we'll see. Okay, any questions?